Welcome back to Judy's Keto Kitchen, Keto Naturopath Kitchen. Today I have a special treat. It's a Carnivore Chicken Nuggets, and they're so good. It's carnivore, clean keto, ketovore, and absolutely delicious. Your kids will love it. Dr. Carl loved it. So we start off with 1 pound of ground chicken, and then we have 10 grams of pork rind flour. So I usually, measure out 10 grams of pork rinds, take an empty bottle of dry farm wines, crush it up, and you have pork rind flour. That's all if you need just a little. If you need a lot, I will mix it in my food processor. But for 10 grams, I just do it that way. Then you also have 1 egg. And to that, you add a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon of chili powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. I grind up my own nutmeg as I need it, so I just add nutmeg. I don't really measure it because I have to grind it out, put it in a measure, so I just ballpark it. So then, now you just mix it all up, and I need to mix with my hands. My mother always mixed with her hands. I want to make sure it gets nice and incorporated. Sometimes if you do this in a food processor, it gets it really mixed well, so you could also do it in a food processor. I like doing it with my hands. Food processor is just one more thing to clean. So I'll go wash my hands, and we'll go to the next step. So now we take a baking sheet that's lined with aluminum foil. And I line it with aluminum foil because the foil will get hot and it will help to cook the nuggets. This is my cookie scoop. It's 1.5 tablespoons. So I'm just going to scoop out. It doesn't have to be precise, but so you can either just use a tablespoon to scoop some out, try to get them all even. That's why I like the cookie scoop, because I know they're all pretty much the same amount of chicken. This is much healthier for your kids than all those store-bought nuggets that have all that garbage in them. This is very clean ingredients. And then we shape them into the nugget form. So you take that, you just roll it, shape it into the form of a nugget, which also looks like a football. So these would be great for football parties, shape them up like a football. And the good thing about this, you can, if you have kids and you want to be creative, and you can make any shape that you want. Make little chickens if you're creative. So that's how we're just shaping all of them into a nugget form. And so what you're going to do with this is I have my broiler going. My oven takes a long time to heat up, so I have the broiler on. Broil it on high, 3 minutes each side. I also, the other day, I made them, and I fried some and I broiled some because I wasn't sure which way I would like them better. I fried them in bacon grease. And both Dr. Carl and I preferred the broiled. You could also bake them, but they won't come out crispy like they will fried or broiled. So you can, bake, broil, fry, whichever you prefer. And it's easier, just to get these all done. Frying, it's a few at a time, and it takes more time. But I was willing to do that if I liked the taste better, but I didn't. So broiling it is for us. Now again, broiling 3 minutes each side. So put it under the broiler. After 3 minutes, take it out, flip them over, and broil on the other side. The same thing when you fry them. Fry them for about 3 minutes, flip them over, fry them on the other side. With baking, you wouldn't have to flip them over. I would probably bake 350-degree oven for 15, 20 minutes, probably 15, to make sure they're all cooked. So I'm going to get these all shaped. I'm going to put them on the broiler. 3 minutes, flip them, another 3 minutes, and we'll be back to taste them. So I took them out of the oven. They were broiled. Oh, they look so good. And they taste so good. But before I taste them, I want to tell you, I think these would be great in an air fryer. I don't have an air fryer, so I didn't use them, but broiled is great too. Some dipping sauces that you can use would be the keto ketchup that I have, my tangy barbecue sauce, the mustard barbecue sauce, Bang Bang sauce, Big Mac sauce. So they'd be really good. And they do have pork rinds in them, but I'm going to call them good for Precision PSMF days. So this is a great treat for our PSMF days. Serving is about 6 of these. It made a total of 18. So about 6 would be one serving, and that's 1 carb and 23 grams of protein. So now to taste it. Oh, I like them just plain too. And as I said, kids are going to love these better than the kind you buy with all that junk in them. Easy to make. This is so good. Enjoy.